This isn't just any library. It's been named one of the world's 15 most futuristic libraries. Hello my friends, it's Kathy, the Library Hunter. Today let's explore this award-winning library in Austin, Texas. The Austin Central Library opened in 2017, cost $120 million, and was built to impress. It's the most sunlit library in the US, thanks to a massive 6-story atrium that fills the space with sunlight. And get this, the library reuses a giant concrete vault on site to collect 373,000 gallons of rainwater, helping Texas fight drought. My favorite is their rooftop breeding terrace. Lots of lush local plants shaded by solar panels, and of course, a great view of downtown Austin. The Austin Central Library was named by Times as one of the world's greatest places, sitting right by the Shoal Creek and Lady Bird Lake. And honestly, this location couldn't be better. It anchors this whole eco-district in downtown Austin, with an extensive bike trails and walking path that run through Austin City and along Lady Bird Lake. You can literally check out a book from the library, walk outside, and be paddling on Lady Bird Lake 10 minutes later. We will explore this area in a bit. There's a lot going on out here. But first, let's head inside and see what makes this library so special. If you've been following my videos, you probably guessed it. This Austin stop was part of our 2024 cross-country adventure chasing the total solar eclipse. We visited the library just one day before the actual eclipse, and right at the library entrance, NASA had a pop-up display set up, handing out free eclipse glasses to the community. It felt super festive and welcoming the moment we arrived. Another thing I noticed immediately was how bright and open it feels. It has a huge 6-story atrium that brings sunlight into over 80% of room that people use, which makes it one of the brightest public libraries in the country. People even call it Austin's living room because it's such a cozy, welcoming place to hang out. I love these magical floating staircases. The library has these cascading staircases that kind of reminded me of the ones in Harry Potter movies. They twist and turn in a really magical way. This isn't a traditional quiet and old-school library. It's more like a modern hangout spot for book lovers. The library offers great diversity of spaces to spread out. The third floor is dedicated to Austin's youth. The children's side offers puppet shows, story time, crafts, and scavenger hunts, while the teens area is on the other side. And if you haven't noticed already, there's something dynamic and visually engaging. There's a giant 37-foot tall sculpture called Call, which is a kinetic sculpture resembling a huge cuckoo clock overtaken by blackbirds, serving as a tribute to the black greco birds that live all over Austin. There's also a small display nearby that explains the meaning behind it. The bird's behavior and gestures on screen are controlled by a computer program with the aid of an external human sensor and a remote control system, adding a domestic element to the overall ambiance of the Central Library, like a fireplace or an aquarium would. And don't forget to check out the gallery, which typically features rotating exhibits from local and national artists. If you are looking for a place to study, take the flights of stairs to the reading room on the 4th floor, which is closed off from the rest of the library, making it a quiet spot on even the busiest days. The whole building, each walls are angled just right to catch natural light and give almost every room a view of the outdoors. They use local materials and made the building work with Austin's weather. It is also the first city building in Austin to get LEED Platinum status, which makes it a role model for eco-friendly public spaces. There's a giant 180 kilowatt rooftop solar panel system, providing power to the building while shading the people in the garden. The butterfly garden and the two main porches are great spots when you want a breath of fresh air or a change of scenery. If you are visiting the area like us, it's a great place to cool down and see Austin from above. Worth a visit for sure. Also, as mentioned in the beginning, a rainwater harvesting system reused from existing infrastructure collects and provides water for landscape irrigation, restaurant plumbing fixtures, and a rooftop pollinator garden. So not only does it look good, it's also doing good for the planet. Throughout the library, there are also conference rooms and shared study rooms that are free to reserve for meetings or group studying. When we step outside the Austin Central Library, we're stepping right into the Shoal Creek territory in Austin downtown. The neighborhood is historic and quite walkable. Shoal Creek is a little creek runs alongside the library. There's a paved trail that winds through trees, public art, and little bridges. It connects you to the other parts of downtown, so you can keep walking and end up at a coffee shop or museum. Random discoveries. And just a couple blocks away is the Lady Bird Lake. It's not technically a lake, it's a section of the Colorado River. If you're visiting at the right season, I highly recommend you take a short walk from the Central Library to the Congress Avenue Bridge, because you might catch thousands of bats flying out around sunset. Every year from late spring to early fall, about 1.5 million bats reside under the bridge, using it as a maternity roost to raise their young. Just after sunset, these tiny Mexican free-tailed bats fly out all at once. The best viewing spot is Congress Avenue Bridge. It's not just a few bats here and there. It's a massive, swirling cloud of winds that fills the sky over the lake. People literally gather on the bridge, line up along the lake trail, and even rent kayaks and paddleboards to watch the show from the water. And I'd say bat viewing at sunset is a nice way to conclude a relaxing afternoon at the library. What do you think? Thank you for watching this video. If you find my library journey interesting, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, thank you to San Jose State University iSchool for their continuous support to the channel Library Hunter. See you at the next library. Bye!